Hello, and welcome to my silhouette project. Today I'm just going to walk you through how I wrote a basic silhouette shader. It's a geometry shader, which uses triangle adjacency primitives. So I had to go into the engine and do a little custom coding there. But once I got triangle adjacency working, writing geometry shader was pretty straightforward. And as you can see, as I move around this cube here, the silhouette, uh, the shader will only draw the lines between vertices that are on the silhouette, which is about what we expect here. So what I had to do was essentially edit the model data shared class in order to support triangle adjacency primitives. And once that was done, I went to the geometry shader and pretty much wrote some code that detects if a triangle is facing the camera position, or the dot product between the triangle and the camera position is positive. And if it is, then it's facing the camera. And then we draw the edges along all adjacent triangles that are not facing the camera. So a couple things of note. I added a little button at the top left here. It says freeze camera position. And what we can do is we can pretty much freeze the position that the shader is reading in as the camera position, so we can actually see what this silhouette looks like from another angle. And so this gives us an interesting perspective on what it's actually drawing here. And you see if I unclick it, then it unfreezes it and starts updating again in real time. Now, Cube's pretty simple, so I'm going to go ahead and close this program and change the model to something a little more complex. So give me 1 second. And we will just change it to a simple model of a apple. So hopefully this pops back up in the recording here when it starts. There it is. Okay. So yeah, we're back in our world again, and you can see here we have our apple, and we're drawing the silhouette. An interesting limitation is that there's no a depth test for vertices, so vertices that are behind other vertices are still drawn regardless. And so you can kind of see there are some faces that are being highlighted that shouldn't necessarily be visible. And so that's a limitation of the geometry shader here. I'm going to go ahead and freeze it, and so we can look at it from another angle. And so this one's a little more interesting. It looks a little goofy, but you could definitely see what it's doing here. But yeah, overall pretty interesting project. Had a lot of fun with it. Um, Next, I'm going to be extruding the silhouettes using quads and making volumetric shadows and stuff like that. So expect that in the future. All right, thank you.